On July 3, 2025, the Colombian Navy announced the seizure of the world's first drone submarine, a sub specialized for smuggling banned substances. This story caused a huge uproar. Where did this sub come from? Who was controlling it? Unfortunately, to this day, there's no answer to those questions, but the things that came to light later gave us the answers. First off, the sub had a Starlink dish installed, connected to Starlink satellites. Through that, they operated and steered the sub. This is a massive breach of Starlink's network because receivers are only supposed to activate with official approval. So how did the smuggling cartel manage to turn on the receiver without permission? And was there collusion between Starlink and the cartel? The second thing we learned, there were no banned substances on the sub, just bags of sand. So the goal was just to test, is the route safe or not? The third thing, and this one's truly shocking, is that this wasn't the first time. Before this, they'd discovered 14 subs smuggling 25 tons of banned materials. You might think that's normal, but what's not normal is that the guy who invented these subs didn't just invent them, he created ghost subs that even the most advanced radars couldn't detect. If you're watching us for the first time, we are the Did You Know channel, and I talk about everything unknown, strange, and mysterious. Today, though, I'm thrilled to tell you the story of the biggest smuggling operation in human history. I don't even know what's the strangest part: the smuggling method, the subs that slipped away with the cargo, the quantity, the plan, the way the cartel distributed inside the subs, or the cargo's value. This story isn't even from planet Earth. Its ending is weirder than everything we've talked about.
It all starts with one of the most dangerous things happening on this planet: smuggling weapons, people, and banned substances. For years and years, all governments have the same goal: to stop the world's three most dangerous and evil trades. But if we zoom in on the banned substances trade specifically, and of course you know and understand why I'm saying banned substances, you know what I'm talking about. If I said its real name, this video would get flagged. So today, we're focusing. Stay sharp with me. The banned substances trade has several global markets whose main job is to produce and sell to every country in the world. Like Afghanistan, which used to be #1, with 85% of the world's banned substances coming from there. Planting poppy there, the main source of these substances, is as normal as planting tomatoes. But after Afghanistan's liberation and the Taliban taking power, they fought this cultivation tooth and nail, crushing the trade with an iron fist. Today, Afghanistan, which supplied 85% of the world's banned substances, has zero exports, not a gram. Page closed forever. Who was competing with them in the region? Bashar al-Assad and his network, which had everything to the max. Today, after Syria's liberation, that industry stopped completely too. Of course, we did a full video on the Captagon Kingdom run by Bashar and his crew. You can check it out on my channel after this one. And definitely, before you go watch that, subscribe so all videos reach you first. Anyway, Afghanistan and the region are out. Come meet the world's biggest suppliers today: Mexico, Peru, Bolivia, and add Colombia, which is now the most dangerous and important country in this industry. Notice anything? Mexico, Peru, Bolivia, Colombia, they're all in South America, the world's top producers today. How do they ship these banned substances? By land when going to America, or via the Atlantic Ocean or air for Europe. And of course, the most famous method is through the Caribbean Sea pirates. These guys have old, beat-up ships at sea. Their job is smuggling banned substances. Suppose Border Patrol or military ships catch them. Do they just get nabbed easily? No way. They have a famous tactic to protect themselves from even nukes.
What do they do whenever they have cargo to move? They kidnap people and take them as hostages. If Coast Guard, Air Force, or even Trump himself attacks, they say, "We've got hostages, don't come near us." And it's not one or two, could be 50 hostages. And the most important part, it's all live streamed. If the naval police think about sinking or bombing them, everything's recorded live. The story turns into a global scandal. That's why most of the time, no one can get close to these substance smuggling pirates. Air routes fail most of the time too. You've seen airport security docks. The procedures are impossible. If you have a toothbrush, it gets checked. What about smuggling banned substances? For America, is smuggling easy? It's not easy, not hard. Options are plenty. Land, sea, air. On land, cars, trains, even horse carts. They have other ways like trained wild animals crossing borders. Air, drones, catapults launching cargo over borders, even trained carrier pigeons. Sea, tons of methods. And with the US, it's easy because cartels outnumber regular people there. Super easy smuggling into the US. Imagine, with all this ease, the most followed route is still sea. A small ship moves remotely, leaves from one of those countries, beaches on the US shore at night, might have just 10 kilos. Still not bad. Even divers swim across borders. It's a long story, going on for years, and the war between substance cartels and world governments rages to this day. Chasing this industry costs planet Earth $2 trillion a year just for pursuit. We haven't even talked about social damage, generational destruction, economic ruin, climate, agriculture, a million things. You can say innovation in this industry never stops. They always find new smuggling ways. Assad's regime, when smuggling substances, hid them in tomatoes, watermelons, electrical wires, kids' toys, a million things, even inside sheep, just to get them to neighboring countries. And still, shipments got caught. So every day, they had to innovate a new method. Every hour, a new plan.
All this I told you first, to know the big picture of this dirty trade. Second, to grasp how hard it is, so you know the hero of this story wasn't some genius. He was forced to come up with something new, breaking all human expectations to succeed. And as I said, what happened at the end of this story is impossible to imagine or predict. In 2021, the godfather of the substance trade in Colombia, whose name is still unknown, decided to quit the trade completely. A guy like that doesn't leave the field except dramatically, surrenders, ends his life, or hands over the industry's godfathers to Interpol. Gotta be a dramatic exit, worthy of his history, not a shameful one. Anyway, this guy said, I want to close shop, but I want to do the biggest retirement deal in history, 15 tons. So you know everything I told you from start to now. All smuggling methods, quantities, trade, everything combined barely hits 100 kilos lifetime. Shipments never reached a single ton. Brothers, 1,000 kilos would flood planet Earth with substances. Anyway, our guy said, I want to burn the field and the trade. 15 tons. If this shipment sinks in the ocean, the planet's fish will all be high. He started working on the plan. How do we smuggle this much? Dozens of ideas, but they settled. This shipment only goes by subs. Suppose you have billions. What's first thought? Buy a sub. Best sub-making countries? America, Russia, North Korea? Doesn't matter. Money talks. How much? $1 billion? Sir, I'll give you 2. Done. Buy a sub, start smuggling. But no, this is impossible. Let me tell you, even with all the world's money, buying the White House and Kremlin, turning them into car washes, opening shawarma stands, easier than buying a sub. So for a substance trader like you, the only way to own a sub is to build one. How does a substance trader build a sub? Simple solution. This guy, the godfather of Colombia's substance industry, simply told his crew, get me the best, smartest mechanical engineer in the country. To not drag it out, he didn't just get one, he kidnapped a full team. A team of 12 engineers plus maintenance welders, mechanical, electrical engineers, mechatronics techs, specialists. This guy was super organized. They were moved to a secret site in one of Colombia's jungles. He organized the engineers and techs into teams, appointed an experiment head, offered them a fantasy sum if the experiment succeeded. How much? Sources say if it worked and the shipment got through, each gets $100 million. Even living 6,000 years, they couldn't earn that. The experiment went into execution. After a month, first result. The experiment head said building a sub from scratch is impossible. To succeed, best is converting old ships into subs. He said, I don't care, do what you want. To make it succeed, he offered the head to build 8 prototypes. These prototypes they'd fill with dirt, launch into the ocean. If they arrive, experiment success. If not, keep developing till perfect. The cartel boss wasn't asking questions. His goal was fame and a dramatic exit. Do what you want, open budget. After 6 months, experiment succeeded. The subs became real. Now I'll tell you about the subs and explain each model's features. Know these subs are old ships and boats. An old bombed ship welded specially, special engine in a special spot with water-air system. This ensures the sub goes underwater with minimal devices. You'll see why soon. Focus on these specs. First, experimental model. Escobar, 15 meters long, blue-gray. Design, rear section, engine, 2 meters. Middle, 6 meters for cartel members. Front, biggest for banned substances. Exact amount, 8 tons, not a gram more or less. Why? This sub doesn't go fully underwater, just a bit with a small part shadowing above for air into people inside. Designed with precise engineering and physics equations calculating sea salinity, weight, engine operation, so only one device inside, the engine. Why all this complexity? Because, dear, we're talking a 15-meter sub. Its radar signature is zilch. They had to run it so it doesn't show on radar. No devices to emit electrical signals. No ventilation, no water pumps or filters or dumps, nothing, like a water bottle. Speaking of bottles, the sub was coated with insulating rubbery plastic so it doesn't reflect radar waves. Now, one of you thinks engine makes noise, sound waves, radar catches it, but watch what they did. Engine on a system called bullet to the target, special direction to destination. Then engine on once with huge pressure and power, runs 5 minutes only, then off. Sub coasts in one direction, like charging, then bullet launch. With balance between sub weight, buoyancy on water surface, and course adjustment, it reaches target on time without radar detection. Imagine all this, and we're talking the first, simplest model. Second model, Chile. Like the first, but additions, 20 meters long. Fuel tank, sub headed to Europe, so tank to restart engine return.
Third, diver. This fully submerges under ocean automatically, pops up briefly for cameras or sensors to scan route, simple air device, sucks air from above. If monitored or radared, shut internal ventilation, sub rises a bit, ventilates via this. Extra luxury, live longer inside. This system allows 2-month trips. Fourth, battery-powered, super-fast, strong engine linked to 200 huge batteries. Insanely powerful feature, but range limited, 70 kilometers only. Solution for full Europe trip? Simple. Front suspension system, long rope. Rope ties to ship, towed. Near shores, releases alone. Pirates on smuggling trip tie sub with rope. En route, police hit, untie rope, electric engine starts. Police busy with innocent pirates above, no cargo, no evidence. Sub continues safe. Pirates finish, police leave innocents, they sail back, retie sub. You could say these inventors hacked the planet with 4 models. Models, remade old ships, no radar at all, 6 months work. If they'd had a year, they'd invent a new SpaceX. We said 7 models, but reality, 4 enough. Now we have models, what next? Cartel boss ordered 15 subs instead of 4. Goods prepped for all world continents. In 2022, plan execution began. Before the execution and what happened, no, this cartel boss didn't just make a NASA agency and dream up subs. This guy was locked down by police too, spies everywhere. The U.S. shipment, 15 tons, was to be met by 20 police cars with officers, but these weren't police. 18 were cartel. They'd nabbed a cartel in public. Police cars roll up as if heading to station. After arrest, some veer off elsewhere. Bottom line, 20 police cars parked, 18 fake, coordinated with real police waiting for subs. Pretend arrest cartel members, seize contraband, head to station, but detour continue. Maybe sacrifice half a ton, but 14.5 tons safe. Meanwhile, U.S. Intel got a tip. Greatest smuggling op ever coming. Epic method, goal to end smuggling forever. No more need after. Planet flooded. When this happens, World Intel mobilizes. Imagine 33 countries in search and surveillance. No human knew how it'd go. Only the Lost Jungle experiment team, no one knew them. Cartel boss planned and studied everything.
One more thing. Cartel boss had 2 wings. Wing 1, sub-making experiment head, team. Wing 2, fake police patrol head waiting for shipment. This guy runs op after U.S. arrival. Did any intel know? No. Launch date? No. Destinations per shipment? No. Imagine the secrecy, organization. Execution Day, June 13th, 2022. Subs launched, convoys to paths, some Europe, some US, some China, Asia. No one knew. 6 hours after Columbia launch, boss contacts patrol head. Subs coming to you, Miami. Real story begins. Boss held half shipment payment, billions for planet-flooding amounts. Europe shipment? Suddenly, no warning, police hit. How, why, where from? No one knows. 5 subs caught before Gibraltar Strait. How? No one knows. China subs? Same. Police everywhere. Nabbed cartel, seized substances. How again? No one knows. Boss says, done. 10 subs caught, 50% goods. Decides disappear, leave Colombia. Sometimes your street supermarket chases you for money. You avoid it, they send a delivery guy stalking you, might fight over a chips packet. Imagine world-level substance cartel with billions owed. What can they do? Honestly, I don't know, don't wanna. Nowhere to hide. Our dramatic exit guy, 50% goods caught. What now? Fine, I'll flee, disappear. If caught, my share. But remaining 50%? Weird and shocking. U.S. shipment? All passed. No intercept. Perfect. Cartel receive? Yes. 50% substances flooded, reached Miami beaches. Arrived? Yes. Crew took? Yes. But not to boss. Everyone said ship sank, done. Why let this pass free? Patrol head took all, moved it to elsewhere. Boss contacts? Why detour? Why new place? Road watched, feared for shipment, moved it. Boss asks police found amount? Not a gram. They found nothing. Whoa, suppose 2 police cars, 1 yours? All ours. Don't worry, safe. Mid-talk, unexpected. Patrol head wanted substances for himself, pretending cartel members with him are his. But twist, shipment hits Miami Beach meant for point X. Fake patrol head, boss's agent, takes it to point Y, pays members $1,000 each, keeps all. At Y, police raid. Everyone nabbed. After arresting 30 elements, police line them up against the wall, beat them all. Police killing arrestees? No. Turns out fake patrol head was double agent. After moving goods, had third plan. His new cartel crew killed everyone, including his own new cartel guys, took all 15 tons and fled with it. Where? After this movie he made, imagine, he was the tipster on ocean shipments to get caught while executing his own.
Our original hero wanted dramatic exit, lost everything officially. Goods, money, vanished. To this day, no one knows where. Fake patrol head? No one knows. Sources fled luxury yacht. Others smuggled via military plane. Story super mysterious. Scientists who invented subs? Sadly, RIP. Boss killed them all. Not one survived experiment. Question. Ocean shipments invisible to radar. How'd the Coast Guard catch? Remember, 33 countries mobilized. Instant intel spread to local and regional waters. No sub, developed or not, goes straight. Known path, easy nab. End, everyone in the story killed, with boss and fake patrol head. Remaining elements, no one knows. How'd we learn details? First, elements caught inside subs. Second, sources 2 months ago nabbed involved elements who spilled everything. Third, police has 15 subs, all prototypes seized from the ocean and those reaching Miami. They unloaded, stayed, police took them. Huge media blackout. To this day, only info I told. Note, sources say this boss's fame in mid-level substances exceeds Pablo Escobar's, but no official ID. Story of history's biggest and richest smuggling op. If succeeded, 30 tons smuggled. Grasp the scale. Extra salt pinch changes dish. See effect? These things gram by gram. 30 tons changes planet Earth. That was our story today. Hope you liked. See you next video.